The future scope of DevOps is bright and increasing day by day. With the introduction of new tools and technology, this approach is being adopted by many companies. The demand for DevOps has been increasing with the market, hence increasing the demand for a skilled DevOps team. If you are a fresher and want a career in DevOps, or if you are working currently or looking to switch your job role, or if you are just like me, always excited to work with the latest tech, this video is for you. In this video, we will see the roadmap to become a cloud DevOps engineer. We will discuss the top 10 skills you will need to learn in 2021 to have a great start. Do not forget to like and share this video. DevOps is an approach or practice that combines the development team and operations team to collaborate throughout the entire software development lifecycle so that all the team will be on the same page. It helps the shortening the SDLC and ensure the delivery of high quality software. So in order to work like one or pursue career in DevOps, you should work on following skills. According to me, programming is the most basic but important skill to have for a DevOps engineer. There are many programming languages out there, but when it comes to DevOps, Node.js and Python are the most commonly used. There are others too like Groovy, Ruby, on Rails, etc. But of course, you can learn them later. If you're thinking on which one to pick up, you can choose Python as it is very easy to learn and is the most popular among these. I personally use HackerRank for practice. You can create a free account on hackerrank.com and start practicing directly. They also had a few contests where you can showcase your skills by competing with other developers and earn money, as well as you can land yourself a job. While you will be building your code, adding new features or working on automation tasks, your local device are vulnerable to hacking, unforeseen hardware issues, or you might even break it. You will need to back up the code somewhere safe, and that's what everyone does, especially in a team environment where more than one person works for an application. There is this Git versioning tool, and then we have the code repository, the most popular one being GitHub of course, and if you are in IT field, you have probably run into it before. But to really understand it, you can integrate into your own project and get as much exposure as possible. Next key component to look at is an operating system. You will be working on multiple applications and setting up multiple build environments, so that at least you should know the fundamentals of operating system. Out of these two, Linux is the king, and more companies are introducing Linux to their environments. The first thing to learn is Bash shell. Almost all Linux-based server deployed don't have UI to work with, and you have to spend all your time working with the Bash shell. Knowing Bash and common useful commands can help you swim through the development and configuration easily. Apart from this, you should also be familiar with Linux file system and should be able to name the directories and their purpose. In networking, the more you know is better, but you can always get away with knowing bare minimum, as some organizations have network admins to take care of that network requirement. But there are few things you should understand, like DNS name resolution. You should know how DNS works and also the tools to troubleshoot the issue, DNS problems. Apart from this, in basic networking, you should know what is subnetting, what are gateways and how they work, what is NAT, and in ports you will be working mostly with HTTP and HTTPS. So make sure you understand the concept. After learning these concepts, you can deep dive into learning about firewalls, working of load balancers like round robin, weighted round robin, least connection, or resource based, and which one is useful in what scenarios. The next topic is cloud providers. With the majority of organizations moving their application and data center to cloud, learning cloud is a good add-on to your skill set. There are three most popular cloud providers: AWS, Azure, and GCP. But apart from these, there are others too. When it comes to cloud, experience is everything. So instead of directly going for a course or certification, you can pick any one of the cloud provider and start learning. Once you get the concept of any one, you can easily pick on the others as they all have the same concept. Only the naming convention are different. All these cloud providers provide 1 year free tier account, so you can start to get your hands dirty without worrying about the bill. So make sure you use only the free tier resources. You can always deploy infrastructure manually onto the cloud or on in-house data centers. But the real problem is managing and maintaining it. Systems and environments are very complex and they tend to change from how they were originally designed, and everyone is expected to know and be on the same page. But that is rarely the case. And while troubleshooting the environment, people don't have any idea how the original infrastructure was deployed. To solve this issue, now we have infrastructure as a code, like Terraform, Ansible, Chef, etc. I have created a dedicated video on infrastructure as a code, so please watch it to get more idea on when and how these tools are used. Learning Terraform is important as it helps you codify the infrastructure, deploy it, manage it very easily. Terraform is cloud agnostic, meaning it can work with multiple cloud providers. Terraform is a tool for building, changing, versioning infrastructure. You can create new infrastructure or onboard already deployed infrastructure in the state file for managing. I have already created a video on Terraform. Watch that video to learn more about Terraform and how it is used. Containers are becoming more and more popular in IT world. When it comes to container, the tool I recommend learning is Docker. At high level, you can understand containers as environments you create to run your applications on. Containers are much more lightweighted than servers and take only a few milliseconds to start. They can be ported very easily. For example, if you can create a Docker file in Windows machine and then later transfer it to a Linux-based machine, Docker can take that file, interpret it, and can create a container with the environment where your application can run. Containers are fabulous in itself and is very powerful tool to use today, but it lacks few functionality. One of the popular container orchestration tool is Kubernetes. In Kubernetes, there are multiple nodes which forms a cluster, and our containers are deployed on those nodes inside a component called pods. Kubernetes takes care of any happenings with the containers if the container go down or if you are going to roll out the latest update of your application. You can achieve all these solutions with Kubernetes. There is a lot to learn in Kubernetes and it is going to be challenging. I have created a playlist just on Kubernetes. Please make sure to watch it. It will clear out all your questions before starting to deep dive on this topic. Best way to learn about containers and container orchestration is to practice it, and you can do so by installing an open source tool called Minikube on your local machine, and it will give the feel of a Kubernetes cluster. After deploying the infrastructure, the next step is to configure it and configure the application and application maintenance. This is where configuration management tools like Ansible, Chef, Puppet comes into the picture. If you haven't worked with any of these tools, my recommendation would be to start with the Ansible. Ansible, being the most popular among these, also beats other tools in every category, but the most important category in my mind is the ease of setup. All this configuration management tool helps you configure a large number of servers and automate most of the manual labor patching and maintaining of the server. CI/CD, also known as continuous integration and continuous delivery. It is a process of automating the software delivery process. Automated pipelines remove manual errors, provides standardized feedback loops to developers, and enable fast product iterations. Suppose a new commit comes to a code repository, a CI tool can automatically launch it into a container, in this case Jenkins. Although Jenkins can be used for both CI and CD, it can run tests. If the test fail, the developer is notified and then they can have a look at the code and fix it. If the code passes, you can move on to the code delivery portion, which automatically deploys the code. The code can be delivered to any environment, either QA, staging, or production. The act of using CI/CD pipeline helps automate the testing and delivering of code, saving a lot of developer time. You can start with Jenkins, GitHub Actions. GitHub Actions is new compared to Jenkins, but has become my new favorite. Apart from these, you are also expected to work on monitoring and logging, but that can be learned while working. These are few tools you should focus on learning in 2021. The automation part in this job is the exciting part, and you are expected to provide solutions which can make development and releasing software easy. I hope this video motivated you to pack everything and start your journey to become a DevOps engineer. If you still have any questions, you can write in the comment section below and I will definitely respond to you. Meanwhile, please like and share this video. I create videos related to DevOps methodologies, so if you like the content, you can subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe and keep learning.